the Empath Sisters. Join these two healing sisters, Bev Lazar and Shelly Greenlaw, walking the path of spirituality and are here to share their experiences and guidance within the realms of energy, intuition, spirit, and beyond.
Hi, welcome back. I'm your host, Bev, and of course, joining me is my beautiful sister, my co-host, Shelly.
Hi.
And we are starting off our season 6, which is mind-blowing for sure.
Yeah.
We cannot believe it. I was even asking Shelly before we started, okay, what season are we doing? And she's
Mhm.
like, 6. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I can't believe we're at season 6.
I
Kind of
know.
just, I think it gave us a moment to reflect and look back, and we were kind of just reminiscing and laughing a little bit about how the journey began and where we
Yeah.
were and all of the bloopers we had and all the
Yeah.
things we had to figure out
Yeah.
along the way. Um, so
Yeah.
yeah, been pretty crazy. And of course, I didn't know what season we're in because I just kind of show up and Shelly kind of just takes care of everything. If anyone didn't know that behind the scenes, Shelly is the the master behind the music and the editing and all the things. Yeah,
Yeah.
she takes care of it. So I'm just like,
I'm the tech
what are we
girl.
doing? Yeah, she's the tech girl. I am definitely not. Um,
Yeah.
which I think most of you know that about me.
Hmm.
But maybe you didn't know that about Shelly. But she is
Yeah.
more the tech person. Anytime she's around, I'm like, I don't know how to do this on my Apple phone. What? And she's like, oh my gosh, let me help you. She's like my kids. They're just like, oh my God, mom, why do you have 50 tabs open? It drives them crazy.
Hmm.
I'm like, no, I just
Yeah.
am like, I don't even know how to like do that stuff. So yeah. So
Yeah.
she's the techie. I'm
Yeah.
not. And here we
Yeah.
are, season
Yeah.
6, new
Season 6.
content. We're so excited to be back together.
Yep.
Shelly and I have taken quite a break
Yeah.
just because there's lots going on.
Yeah. I was
Shelly and I
actually
needed
just
to
about to
grow.
say,
No, I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
well, it could have been that too. Honestly, I was just about to mention that. Like, I
Yeah.
can't believe our last episode was June and we're
Yeah.
now January and doing a new season. And it's just, it's crazy to know how quickly time does fly by.
Yes.
And yeah, like Bev said, there was a lot going on in both of
Hmm.
our lives. And so it's crazy to know that we're in a new year,
Yep.
new season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's
it
crazy.
truly is. And I have to admit to our to our listeners
Hmm.
is that, to be very honest, Shelly and I probably have only talked to each other, I think, what, once since Shelly came in July to see me before she. So, for any new listeners, Shelly was going on a journey
Yeah.
for kind of a year with her husband.
Hmm.
He is in kind of in transitioning and retirement. And so they have this opportunity to kind of figure out what their future is going to look like. And so they want to do some travel and explore and some family time. And so as they were leaving Alberta, heading kind of to the east is what was the beginning for them.
Yeah.
She had stopped here in Saskatoon in July. So that's when I
Hmm.
got to see Shelly for the last time. And then since then, I do believe Shelly and I have spoken over the phone once for sure that I remember.
Yeah.
I think we've texted maybe like 4 times.
Yeah.
So that's just to show, not because we didn't want to talk to each other, it's just
No.
been that busy.
Hmm.
So there was definitely, as Shelly's kind of traveling and on the road, I didn't want to have any pressure of podcasting and trying to set up and
Yeah.
Shelly being all over the place. And so
Yeah.
we're here now, just like, all right, Shelly's a little bit more settled and we just wanted to start the season off. So,
Yeah.
and yeah, so I would love for Shelly to share with us kind of what the journey has looked like since maybe you left in June, July,
Yeah.
because I don't even know all of the stories because we haven't caught up. So this is perfect for me to also hear, kind of what's been going on and for all of our listeners. And
Yeah.
yeah, so like what
Yeah.
happened? So you left Alberta.
Yeah, we left Alberta pretty much close to the end of July. And like Bev said,
Mhm.
had mentioned, yeah, my husband has retired and he kind of brought this proposition of like, hey, what would you think of us, packing all our stuff and putting in storage and just traveling for about a year? And he had approached me about this quite a long time ago, because he knew it probably would take some time for me to, really think about this, because
Come to terms with it,
yeah,
process it, all the
yeah.
things.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would too. I definitely I love routine and structure.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so for me to pack up and just be like, let's go be free, I'd be like, what? I need some time.
Yeah, and because we were renting our condo at the time, and so he was like, well, our lease will be up, July of 2025, and he said,
Yeah.
what would you feel if we didn't renew it and we just packed our things and went? So he needed to give me some time to really think about this and how this would be, or how it would look. And
Well, you also were running a
I
business. I mean, it's
was,
not
yeah.
just like, walking up at the end of the month, see ya,
Yeah,
you also needed some
exactly.
time to transition that as well. So
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. So yeah, so it took me quite a few months. And then I came to my realization of because it was getting closer and closer to
Mhm.
our lease agreement. And of course, Dwayne was like, well, we really need to make a decision here. And so I
Yep.
was like, you know what? He knows me well, and
Of
he
course.
literally gives me pros and cons of because I was like, well, how would this look? How would this work? Where would we be going? And
Typical Libra, everybody.
yeah, I needed to know all the things. And so
Yes.
he'd already been prepared. He had been prepared. He
Of
kind of
course.
knew already, oh, Shelly's going to be asking me all these questions. And so he gave me some pros and cons of
Yeah.
how it would look. And, I hemmed and hawed, and I'm not going to lie. At first, I definitely was like, I can't do this. Oh my gosh, no, I can't do this. But the more we talked about it as a couple and went through
Mhm.
everything, I was just kind of like, yeah, why not? Because he was like, we don't know what tomorrow brings. He's like,
Mhm.
I don't know what your health is like or what my health is going to be like. He's like, and if we have the time and the money and the to do this,
The
why aren't we
opportunity.
doing it?
Yeah,
And
exactly. No one's
yeah,
guaranteed tomorrow. So,
no,
and
no.
why not, really?
And
I
that's
mean,
what he kept saying.
that's living
Yeah, yeah. And he's
as
like,
well.
why not? And
Yeah.
I kept taking that why not. Yeah, why not?
Asking yourself, why not?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
Probably every time you thought of something, it's like, wait a minute, but why not?
Yep.
Why wouldn't I try this? Why
Right.
couldn't we do that?
Well, and at the same time, he said if we didn't like it, it's not like we can't go back.
Oh, for sure. It's not like
It's
you're
not a
stuck being
forever thing.
lost forever.
Yeah. And I think that's what it was for me. It was more like, oh my God, are we ever going to be is this
Well,
forever?
of
I couldn't
course.
get that out of my head.
I mean,
So,
I think
yeah.
for most humans, that's the unknown.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
uncertainty
Yeah.
is also what holds people back because and creates anxiety because we just don't know what does that look like. But also
That's
knowing
right.
even though you maybe do the day to day and just
Yeah.
take it a day at a time,
Hmm.
at any point you can just say, hey, this isn't working.
That's right.
I miss a home. Let's just
Right.
we're done.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
let's keep going.
Exactly. And that's what he
So
said. And he's like, Shelly, it's not yes, I say a year, but he's
mhm.
like, it doesn't have to be a year. It could be 3 months from now. It could be 6 months. It could be
Well,
2 weeks. It could
and
be
look how
whatever.
fast a year goes.
Right.
Look at us just
Look
saying
right now.
June, and here we are. We're in
Yeah.
January, new year.
Yeah.
It's like, I
Hmm.
feel like I blinked and I'm like, what? We're in January?
I know. Yes. And so, yeah, so so then I decided, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna do it. So we did. And so we packed all our things,
Yeah.
we had decided to do that in July.
That must have
And
been so weird. Just
it,
packing away all your things and thinking what am I going to need?
oh yeah, trust me.
Especially our all of our seasons.
Well, that's just it. And we sent a lot of
Gosh.
bins to the East Coast. So
Okay.
because we knew we'd be the majority over in the East Coast for sure in the winter. And so
Yeah.
we thought, well, we'll ship what we need
Hmm.
to the East. And so that's what we did. We
Nice.
did ship all that stuff in it was literally 1-2 weeks before we actually ventured onto the road, because I
Okay.
was like, I don't know what I'm going to
Oh,
be packing or what I need.
totally.
And we had already planned trips in between. So it was like, I'm
Yeah.
going to need this, I'm going to need that. And like, but I
Yep.
don't need it like right now, but I will need it then. And it was just, oh, it was chaotic. I'm not going to
Of
lie. Dwayne
course.
was like almost probably going to choke me because he
He's probably
was
like, I quit. We're not doing this.
yeah,
Well, and we live in Canada. So,
yeah,
like, probably right up until you left, you still kind of needed all of those
I
things
did.
because our weather is always so unpredictable.
Exactly. So I just shipped everything that I knew that I had in
Yeah.
my closet, to be honest. Like there was some stuff I did leave behind.
Yeah, of course.
However, a lot of the majority of the stuff came with me. But yeah, so then we
Cool.
did that and then we ventured. We packed
Mm-hmm.
our car and we started heading east. And so,
Yeah.
like Bev said earlier, yeah, we came to Saskatoon. We spent about a week there to just kind
Mm-hmm.
of like, have some visits, see some people, and like, of course, spend
Yep.
some quality time with Bev. And then we moved on. So we
Mm-hmm.
started driving, and we drove to our daughters in Manitoba, and we spent a we were not
I think it
expecting
was
to
just under
stay.
2 weeks, wasn't
Yeah, I
it?
was going to say we weren't expecting to stay that long. We were thinking about a week or so and then
Mm-hmm.
move on, but we did end up staying there for like, I feel like it was just under 2 weeks. I
Mm-hmm.
did have a couple episodes, like I wouldn't call them episodes, but I did have some issues. I ended up having dental problems
Oh,
on my
joy.
journey,
The
and it
dentist.
literally happened the day we left our daughters.
Oh,
And of course, it
gosh.
was a weekend, so we couldn't find,
Of course.
any place. So anyway, we finally, settled in Ontario. And oh my gosh, I will tell you this. If you have never been to Ontario or driven through Ontario,
Mm-hmm. Haven't.
it is the biggest province and the longest province to get through.
So
Like
it
it
feels like
took,
forever.
yeah. And like the kilometers is 90 miles or kilometers an hour. So you can't even
Oh
go.
my God.
Yeah,
That's
it's
painful.
it's very painful. There were times
Sorry.
where we were debating, should we just cut through and go down to the States? Like this is just ridiculous. But we wanted to go through Canada. This is what we planned. And so
Yeah.
we
So you
did.
toughed it out.
And oh my gosh, like unreal. We stopped, our first
Mm-hmm.
stop was in Kenora. And Kenora is a cute little town.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, my son-in-law is originally like not originally, I shouldn't say he was born there or anything, but like his
Yeah.
family is from there. And
Mm-hmm.
so we drive to Kenora because we're like, okay, we're done. We want to get a hotel. So yeah, we get there and not knowing that Kenora is a very touristy town. I had no idea. So we drive and we see this Super 8, and because like other hotels say no vacancy, and we're kind of
Oh yeah.
like, holy
Oh. Oh,
okay.
what?
Yeah. And so we see the Super 8
Yeah.
and it doesn't flash no vacancy. So we're
Okay.
like, okay, let's go find out if they even have a room, just make sure, because you never
Mm-hmm.
know. And so we walk in, and the girl comes to the desk, and we say to her, "Do you have any rooms available?" Her first words out of her mouth is, "Yeah, but it's very expensive."
Oh,
And I'm
goody.
thinking in my head, okay, expensive, like, 200
170,
bucks. I'm thinking
200.
200. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm thinking
well.
200. Because I mean, it is summertime, it's July,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm thinking in my head, okay, I'm like, so, big deal. I said, We're looking for a room." And she goes, well, okay. She goes, and she goes, I'll go check to see what we have. And I'm like, okay. Like she's
She's
acting
scared to
like,
tell
yeah,
you.
she's literally scared to tell me how much this room is. Anyway,
Yeah.
so she's typing away. And yeah, she goes, yeah, I have a room with and I think she said 2 queen beds. And we were like, we don't care, whatever you
Mm-hmm.
got, because we were like, we're
Well, you
tired,
need
we just
something at
want
this
something.
point. Yeah.
And she goes, okay, well, that will be 424 plus all the taxes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I went,
Is this the
I
like
go,
penthouse jacuzzi
yeah,
suite?
I, I go, I don't want to buy the room. Like,
Definitely not.
and she
Oh
goes,
my
I
gosh.
know, I'm so sorry. And like
Jeez.
literally like I told you kind of thing. Like,
Yeah, of course. She's looking like, sorry, lady, I did kind of tell you it was expensive. I'd be like, can I rent it for 5 hours? I just need to get some sleep. That's like, carry
I
on.
couldn't believe it. And so Dwayne
Wow.
says, he goes, oh my God. He's like, and that's the best you can do? And she goes,
That's like,
well, let me just check. And so she types, and then all of a sudden she goes, it will be the lowest I could do is 384 plus taxes. And Dwayne goes, well, you might as well just charge us the 424.
oh my gosh.
And then
Wow.
she says,
Yeah.
well, it is tourist season, here. And so we do get booked up. And I'm like, yeah, well, you don't have to gouge people
Well,
either.
that's just it. It's like, that's what you do. You just gouge because it's tourist season. That's really unfortunate.
I'm sorry. We've stayed at Super 8s before and they are decent. They're
Yeah,
okay. But I'm sorry, I'm not paying 400 and some dollars for
that's
a room
crazy.
for the night.
No, I wouldn't want to.
Not happening. Like, just not happening. So we were like, nope. So we left and we did find a hotel and we did find it for like, it was like 240, I think it came to, but we were like, whatever.
Wow,
And, it
crazy.
was nothing fancy or anything like that.
No, just
But
place to stay.
yeah, place to stay. So that was our first kind of like, oh, okay.
First, first adventure. Oh my
So
gosh.
then,
So then where'd you go from there?
so then we went to Barrie, Ontario. We made it all the way to Barrie. And honestly, we actually liked Barrie. It was quite a cute little place.
Yeah.
And that's when I ended up finding the dentist and found out that I had a really bad infection.
Oh
And
God.
mhm, yeah,
Holy.
had a really bad infection. And they were like, we need to either give you a root canal or pull that tooth. And we can't do that until we get rid of the infection. And I said,
Of
well,
course.
I'm traveling. So I said, because he's like, I need to see you back in a week. I said, no. I'm like, I'm not going to be here in a week.
Yeah, and I'm not staying for a week.
No. And
Yeah,
so
because didn't you guys have a wedding to get to in the East
yes,
Coast as
yeah,
well?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
so you
yeah.
kind of
So
had
we
to
were kind
keep
of on
going.
a timeline. So
Yeah.
we kind of had to keep going. And so, yeah, we stopped in Barrie, like I said, in Barrie, and then we visited some family there as well. And it was lovely. And then we ended up leaving Barrie and they gave me medication because they said, oh,
Well, yeah,
well, then just take this
take
medication.
the
And then where you get to
antibiotics.
your, yeah, when you get to your, kind of your almost your final destination, maybe get into a dentist.
Yeah,
And I
for
was like,
sure.
okay. So anyway, yeah. So we moved along and we went to Toronto.
Yeah.
We went to a baseball game, which they won, and they were in the biggest series. Like it was fantastic. We had such a blast.
Good. We
But
won't bring up the ending of the season, but
yes,
so at least
the
that was
ending,
good.
yeah, but it was fun. We did have fun, and it was the night that we went. It was
Yeah.
apparently dollar hot dog night,
Oh, yeah.
and
Been to
the
those.
amount of hot dogs that they sold that night, it
I
was
could
like
only imagine. When we hit a hot dog night at one of the ball games in the States, they sold out. They didn't even
yeah,
have any left by the
I
time we got
know.
there. Not
Yes,
that I was going to get one, but I was like,
we didn't even get any. We didn't even get yeah. So
it's
anyway,
crazy.
we left Toronto that night because we couldn't get a room in Toronto. And
Of
so
course.
so we ended up in Oshawa, was just outside of Toronto.
Okay.
And so we stayed there for the night. We just really needed a bed
Yeah,
because
for
it was
sure.
late. We'd just finished the ball game. And by the time we got out of Toronto, it was, I think, 1 a.m.
Well, and it'd be
And
so exhausting. I mean, the city alone is huge. It's
oh,
a
it
lot of
was
energy. There's so much energy
crazy.
at the game.
Yeah,
Like, that's a lot. I'd be exhausted.
we
Be like,
were.
I
Yeah.
am energetically hungover.
Oh yeah, and Dwayne was already like, I don't care. I'm pay whatever. I
Just
don't care. And
anything.
we did. We had ended up paying almost like $400 for this room.
Oh
But
gosh.
whatever, we were like, whatever, we just
Yeah,
need a
let's
room.
just sleep.
So,
So then
so
from there, where'd you go?
then from there we ended up going to Ottawa,
Okay.
and I had never
Had you
been
ever been
to
before?
well, we've been to Ottawa, but I'd never been
Okay.
to the Parliament grounds.
Oh, okay.
And so we did end up going to Ottawa, and we stayed there actually for I feel like it was 3 days, and it
Nice.
was really nice. It really was. It was super hot. The weather was fantastic. However,
Shelley
it was
loves that.
so, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do love it. And we went to the Parliament buildings, except the only thing that sucked about it was a lot of them were under renovation, and we couldn't go into
Mhm.
a lot of the buildings. They were closed.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of people who did come, we all had to just do tours outside and what have you. But it was pretty cool. I will have to admit, it's
Hmm.
actually quite beautiful. The grounds,
Hmm.
it's
That's what I've
amazing.
heard.
Yeah, yeah, it
Yeah.
is actually, and
Oh,
it was great. And so
cool.
we did a few little things on our own, like we went mini golfing, just did stuff like that
Kind
we
of like hung
do.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just sort of like relaxed, right? Because we had just been driving and driving and driving, and so then after that, we went to on into Quebec, and
Okay.
we went to like one of our favorite spots. It's called Levi. It's just outside of Montreal, and
Okay.
so we stayed there and went to my very favorite chocolate factory type thing that they have there. I love it there. And it was
Nice.
it was just amazing because it was just like, oh my God, they make it right here. Like it's just
Oh,
it's so
I
cool.
love chocolate.
Yes, and it's really good chocolate. And
Yeah.
we had already done a lot of Quebec. So we've done, Quebec City, Montreal, all that. So we really were just
Yeah.
kind of like at that point where we're like, we're done. We're good. We're
Yeah.
just gonna
Been
head
here,
to New
done
Brunswick.
that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so we ended up getting to New Brunswick a little bit, I think it was like 2 days or a day earlier than expected, which was fine.
Yep.
And then we ended up being, in New Brunswick and staying with Dwayne's parents. And we stayed with them until um, basically to the end of August. So we were there for about 2 weeks,
Hmm.
because then we went to Nova Scotia and had a wedding. But we also ended
Oh,
up having a surprise. We ended up having a new addition to our family. Our
yeah.
grandson was born early, 3 weeks. And
Hmm.
so he was born on September 1st, and the wedding was on the 5th. So we had to do the wedding first. And then I quickly flew
Oh,
to Edmonton to meet the little guy, and yeah, it
that's so
was,
special.
it was, yeah,
I can't
he's,
wait to meet him in person.
yeah, yeah, he's definitely grown. I can't believe he's like 4 months old, and he is a chonker. He's a chubby
Oh,
little guy,
love that.
and he's just growing like a weed and
That's good.
doing really well. So
That's
so then,
awesome.
yeah, so I spent a week there, then flew back to Halifax because we were flying to Scotland and Ireland
Yes, that's
that
right.
following week. So we ended up being in Nova Scotia for a week before we went to Scotland and Ireland. So we flew into Dublin, and scary thing happened to us when we got to Dublin. We took the red eye from Halifax to Dublin, and when we got into Dublin that morning, um, we go through like customs, and
Mm-hmm.
it took us like an hour just to get through that. And
Right.
then once we got over, we had to go and to a different terminal, because our flight to Glasgow, Scotland, was on a different terminal. So
Oh, okay.
that took us a good half hour to figure out. We didn't
Mm.
even know where we were going, but we figured it
Of
out
course.
finally. And so when we get there, the line is insane because there's so many people leaving Dublin to go back to the States. And so that took us an hour and a half just to go through check in again.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because we had to go in and out.
Oh, I
And
see. Okay.
yeah. And so then it took us an hour and a half to do that. And then
Mm,
by the
boy.
time we did that, we were like, we're starving. Like we
Yeah,
need
of course.
breakfast, right? So
Yeah.
we go to this like I would assume it's like a food court
Yeah.
thing.
That's what I
It
was just
was
going to say, like a
different.
food court or
Yeah,
something,
it
some
was
kind of
quite
like,
different. And so we were like, okay, we're gonna have breakfast. And it is
yeah.
so different. Like
Hmm.
it's 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 just so weird how different cultures, honest to God. So
Yep.
like we get up there and we're like, how the hell do we order? But
Yeah.
everybody's at these boards and you order on, like it's an online thing, and they cook it right
Oh,
there and then you pick it up. It's so different.
Weird.
So yeah, it was definitely different. And so
Yeah.
anyway, we order breakfast, we get breakfast, and then it's like, okay, we can relax because we probably have at least 4 hours to kill.
Oh, okay. That's
So
good.
we decide, okay, after the breakfast, we're going to go through security. So then we'll just spend our 4 hours on the other
The
side.
other
Because why
side.
not? What's the
Yeah.
point of being on this side when
Yeah. You
we
might
don't
as well
have
just
to?
get through and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So we go through security and we go down to where we are to sit,
Mm-hmm.
like where our plane is supposed to depart and at our gate. And we get down there and there's like only maybe 8 people. Like it is dead. Like
Yeah.
we're in the corner of like
Well,
nothing.
and you would think your 4 hours to kill could be
Right?
dead,
Of
right?
course, yes.
I mean,
So Dwayne was like, okay, great. This is my perfect time to go to do my bathroom and whatever,
yeah,
right? And
have
I'm
a
sitting
nap.
there and yeah. So I'm sitting there and it's about 15 minutes in, and all of a sudden, 2 security guys, like one is a security guy, one's a policeman, and they
Mm-hmm.
come barreling through the door because like we're kind of like, I don't know how to explain where we are, but we're in
Yeah.
like a section where it's quite far away and
Oh,
it's
okay.
secluded, and it does have doors. Like every place you go to, there's a door.
Oh,
So
okay.
anyway, we're like, I'm sitting there, like I said, and I
Mm-hmm.
see this police officer and security guy come in, and they're like checking the bathroom doors. They're checking around, and I'm going, the heck's going on? So
Mm-hmm.
weird. Like, why are they acting like that?
Yeah.
And they see how many people are sitting in where we are.
Yeah.
And the one security guy goes all the way to the very end to this gentleman who's sort of sitting a little far away from all of us. And he
Okay.
goes, excuse me, sir. He goes, I need you to grab all your things and you need to come with me. And we're all kind of like,
Okay.
what? Like, what's going on? But he's literally not just talking to the guy, he's talking to all the other people who are around. They don't realize it. We all don't realize it.
Oh, I see.
So
Okay.
he's like, no, no, I need you all to grab your things and you need to come with me. And so they all kind of look at each other. They're like, we're
I'd be
all
like,
acting
oh,
stupid, right? Because
goody.
we're like, what? you know? And so anyway, they start like, he's literally like, no, no, like get your things.
Yeah, like let's
And so
go.
they are getting up and they start to get their things and they're sort of working their way to me now. Cause like I'm at another section of the seats.
Right.
And he's like, okay, no, all of you, like all of you. And I'm like,
Rounding you all
and
up.
now I'm going, and I'm like, Dwayne's in the bathroom. So I'm
Yeah.
going, I'm not leaving without Dwayne. Like
No, for sure.
I'm not leaving without him.
I
So,
wouldn't
but
either.
I was like looking around going, and then next thing I know, here comes Dwayne because
Oh, thank
another
goodness.
officer is near that area.
Oh, okay.
And so Dwayne's coming and he goes, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. They're telling us we have to go with them for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, okay. And now his
Mm-hmm.
spidey senses are up,
Of
right?
course.
Because he's
Yeah.
now going like, okay, I'm going to go
Well,
into
he
cop
probably
mode.
went into like
Yeah, he did.
policeman
He went
mode,
into
just like,
cop
wait a
mode.
minute.
And he's like, okay, well, we'll do what they're saying. And so we grab our things
Yeah.
and they take us to this elevator, like that's on the side. And he's like, shoves us all in. And some people were like, I don't want to go in the elevator because it was quite squishy. And
Mm-hmm.
they were like, okay, you go with, because he goes, you to the other guy. He's like, you go with them. I'll go with these guys who are walking.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're in the elevator. And the guy said, when we get out, he says, keep walking, go walk to the furthest, like to the very end of the terminal. And we're all kind of like, what the hell is going on? And people are asking like, what's going on? Why are we being, and
Yeah.
he's like, no, we're
Why?
just moving you to another terminal. It's okay. And that's all he kept saying.
Mm.
And so we're
Just
kind of
keep.
like weird. And so we start walking. But while we're walking, Dwayne sees out where like the planes are.
Right.
And he sees that there is a fire truck and a guy in a suit and everything. And he goes, and he looks at me and he goes, Shelly, he goes, I'm not trying to panic you, but he goes, I think there's a bomb threat or something's going on. And I went,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're like literally saying, go, go. And so we get to the part where we kind of went through security and
Yeah.
it is packed with people. Like
Yeah.
it is like ants. We're all just being shoved into this,
Just
and
a
they're
bunch
all
of
yelling.
cattle being
Yes,
all
yeah, and they're all
rounded up.
yelling, and they're yelling at all of us, like, keep going, go, go, because like we're in the terminal 2 and we're going to terminal 1.
Yeah, and they're just like, keep
They're
going
just
as
like,
far
go.
away from
And
here as
then
you
they have
can.
the nerve to say to people, don't look on your phones.
Oh,
What they're saying on the phone, don't believe what they're
of
saying,
course.
blah, blah.
Well,
Dwayne's
they don't
like,
want panic. That's
yes.
why.
But I
Of
mean, why
course.
say that? People are going to panic anyway. They're going to look
Well,
on
and
their
then they're going to go
phones.
look at their phone. Well, they just didn't want someone else to go and look and then create the panic.
Right.
Probably,
So
but
Dwayne
oh
says to
gosh.
me, like, we're in this like herd, right?
Yeah, of course.
And Dwayne goes, no. He's like, come over here. He grabs me, and we're standing kind of away from the security area, but we're like in a shop, and it has all these beams. And he goes, he goes, if anything, we need to be here. He goes,
Mhm.
we're not going over there. And I was like, okay. He's like, this will be the safest spot if something happens.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. And then, of course, anxiety hits, right? And I'm
Yeah.
like, I got to go to the bathroom.
Oh. Oh
And
no.
Dwayne's like, go. And I'm like, but what if like something happens and we split? Like, I don't want. So anyway, I did go
Yeah.
quickly to the bathroom, came back. And so people are like, of course, now getting like, what in the hell is going on?
Yeah.
So then they finally say, only a little bit. They just said, we think there was a cyber attack. We just don't know for sure. They're looking into it, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Well, then they already canceled everybody's flights. We thought we weren't ever going to be out of there.
Well,
Then they
yeah.
finally
Course.
force us all to get to Terminal 1. We get to Terminal 1 and we sat there for like, I don't know, 2 hours at least. And
Oh
they
gosh.
finally go back and said that, you know, some of us are able to get our flights, which we didn't get our flight until like 8 o'clock that night. So we've had been up like all that time and everything. And then they
Well, and
finally
just even the
broke.
stress of it too.
Yeah. And
Gosh.
then they finally broke down and said that, yes, somebody had left a piece of luggage that was not identified, and that they thought that there was a possible bomb in that luggage. And they had to, of course, you know,
Secure the area, check it
secure the
out.
area and make sure and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So it was, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. We were kind of like,
That's a little scary. Never experienced that before.
no.
Not to say that I would love to. So let's just
No,
put that out
but
there.
like at the same time, like so naive, like not
Mhm.
thinking like this could ever
that
possibly
can
actually happen, you
I
know?
know, because it does
So
happen,
it does,
unfortunately.
unfortunately. And so apparently it happened at the Dublin airport and at Heathrow, because
Oh, wow.
what had happened was when we finally got on our flight to go to Glasgow,
Yeah.
we got to Glasgow, another couple, I think there was 6 of them.
Yeah.
They were stranded in Heathrow as well, because it was happening there too.
Oh,
So
I
they
see.
were also stranded, but they didn't get out until the following day. They missed a day of
Oh,
our
yuck.
tour
Yeah.
when we got there. So they ended up not being as lucky as we got to be, because we could
Yeah.
have not
Well,
left Dublin.
Could
So
have been way worse for
it
sure.
could have been, for
you
sure,
know.
100%.
So
So
thank
that
God
was our
everyone was
first,
okay.
yes, and that was our first experience. So we were
Welcome.
like, oh. Yeah.
I want to go home.
Yeah, not really. But I was just like,
No.
I just want to be out of here, because like
Yeah,
it was
of
just like I
course.
just need to be out of here. But yeah, so we finally got to Glasgow. We got to our first hotel and we thrashed. We didn't even wake up till noon that
I've
next
been
day.
sleeping for days.
Yeah. So, but
Oh, right on.
so yeah, then we started our tour
journey there.
and our journey, and it was, I can't, like, I know I kind of mentioned this before, but I literally can't explain the
Mhm.
depth, the beauty, the everything that we felt that we were in when we were in Scotland. We just loved Scotland so much. It was
Nice.
every day that we woke up and we went to a new place to see, we just couldn't stop saying, wow, wow, like, oh my God,
Aw.
like it was just amazing. And
Nice.
we, you know, there was a really cute little thing that happened to us. So like in Scotland, we got to be in the Highlands, and that's it's just being like in the mountains in Canada. It really
Mhm.
did remind us of home, like home in Canada, the way the agricultural was. It was
Nice.
just beautiful. But one thing that we fell in love with too was that, we had Daisy, we had a dog that was a Westie.
Yeah.
She's originally from the Highlands. And so when we were there, oh my God, the amount of Westies that were everywhere
Oh.
was just amazing. And like so many of them looked just like her.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
this one lady, we were at this one castle, and we were looking at the Highland cows, and they're amazing and beautiful. They're just like, even their cows, like it's just crazy. But anyway, we're looking at these cows, and all of a sudden, this lady and this gentleman are walking a white Westie and a black Westie, and they're coming towards
Oh,
us. And
cute.
so we're like, oh my God, we're like, oh my God, it's so, and I was like, can I please pet your little ones? I was like, we
Yeah,
had
of
a
course.
Westie, and I said, we had a Westie, but we had to put her down a couple years ago. And she goes, oh, and she goes, well, this is Daisy. And we just lost.
You probably started bawling.
We did. Dwayne was like, I can't.
Of
And she
course.
literally looked like her. I tried to get photos of her, but she just was so hyper, like Daisy would have been.
Oh, yeah, for
And it was
sure.
just amazing.
Oh,
And
that's
we were
awesome.
like, oh, Daisy's on our trip with us. It was just great. Yeah, it was it was
That's so
it was
sweet.
so sweet. And
Oh,
it
I love
was
that. What
it
a
was
beautiful sign.
so it
Yeah,
really
it
was.
really was.
And so yeah, we really enjoyed every minute. And the trees there, I mean, like I
Well,
said,
Shelly's a tree lover,
I'm a tree lover.
tree hugger, tree lover,
I love
all the
it.
things.
Yeah, and the trees were massive. Like
Yeah,
I'm an ant compared to some of these trees that are like
amazing.
hundreds of years
So
old.
old. That's the thing about
Oh,
everything on in the Europe side
I
is just,
know. Yeah,
oh, I just love that. I love it so much. So how
me
many
too.
days were you
So
in just
we
Scotland for?
we were in Scotland for 7 days.
Okay.
And
And
then
then
we went to Ireland, and
how many days did you guys spend in Ireland?
8.
8 as well. Okay.
Yeah, 8 days there.
The
And
feeling was different.
it was different.
I know you've always been really called to Ireland.
Yeah.
So then this like in Scotland, and then what
Yeah.
did you feel when you got to Ireland?
We really felt so different.
Yeah.
Like we both agreed, Dwayne and I both, even some of our travelers that we became friends with, they
Yeah.
were like, we felt a little, it sounds awful to say, but we were a little bit disappointed
Oh,
because it just didn't feel the same. And
yeah.
but as we kind of got into Ireland, because there was some certain spots that didn't just feel, I think it was just because it just didn't feel like
Yeah. And some
maybe something that
places
we just didn't resonate with,
totally.
energetic wise, right?
Yeah. And that
And
happens. We have
does.
this expectation or this place
Yes.
to be drawn to.
Yeah.
And then we have this experience for whatever reason, whether it's
Yes.
like, oh my God, it lived up to what I imagined it to be
Hmm.
or not.
Yeah,
So yeah.
because we didn't have any expectation for Scotland. None. We were just
See,
like,
that's so
whatever.
funny. And then it's like, oh my God, I love everything. I even love the cows. And
Like
then
it
you get
was
to
just,
Ireland and you're like, oh, dang, I'm so
yeah,
disappointed.
yeah. Until we got
Oh, it's
to,
funny.
it started to kind of give me that feeling of like, oh my gosh, was when we went to the cliffs of Moher. And when we
Mm-hmm.
got there, I kind of was like, oh my God, like even though it was rainy and like it wasn't rainy.
Like
I shouldn't say
drizzling.
it was drizzly and
Yeah.
foggy. It was
Oh, okay.
beautiful
Oh,
still.
I
It was
bet.
just like, oh my God, like
It'd be
it
like
was
one of those just like
captivating.
perfect scenes.
Yeah, like in a movie, right?
Yeah,
Like you're coming
totally.
into a boat and this, like
Just
it's
like,
just it was pretty cool. Yeah. So
that's
that
cool.
started it for me a little bit. And then we got to, I, sounds so weird because we used to live in a town this called
Yeah.
Killarney.
Got to Clarity.
And we got to Killarney, Ireland. And oh my God, we were like, we could live here. Like it was just like, it was so weird. It was like being in Killarney, but on a bigger scale than the
Yeah.
one in Manitoba.
Yeah.
And it was like we were looking at places like we could live here. Like,
So even though you felt that way about the Killarney in Ireland
hmm
compared to what you felt in Scotland,
yeah,
would you would you still say that that was more calling to you in Killarney than everything you experienced in Scotland?
no,
Okay.
no, no. It definitely was a different type of feeling
Yeah.
for sure.
Would you choose to live in Scotland if you could?
I could. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I
Yeah.
really would.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some spots that was like, wow. Yeah, I could live
Cool.
there. Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah. I don't know
Nice.
why or what, but it just
No, for
was.
sure.
And then,
Yeah.
yeah, so Killarney
Cool.
came and we really enjoyed Killarney. We did feel like, we could live there. It wasn't the same feeling, but it was definitely like gave us that, like, oh my gosh,
Kind
this
of a
is,
home feeling.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
like a home feeling. And
Cool.
then we moved on to, after Killarney, we went to another place called, oh, I'm trying to remember what it was called. Because we spent like 2 days or 3 days in Killarney, and then we moved on to a place. I'm trying to remember what it's called. And it also gave us that same feeling, like a home feeling. And I think it was Killenny.
Was it
Um,
smaller than
it was
Killarney?
it was smaller. Yeah, it was
Okay.
a little smaller. And then we got to Waterford and then to Dublin. And
Okay.
Dublin, uh, how do I say this? It was really interesting.
Hmm.
However, I felt it was too commercialized.
Oh,
It
okay.
didn't give me that feeling of oldness.
Yeah.
So I think that next time if we go to Ireland, we would want to
Hmm.
do the north of Ireland because we
Yeah.
didn't get a chance to do a whole lot of Northern Ireland,
Oh, okay.
like Belfast and all that stuff, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe something would be different then, but
Different.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, but we just found that more of the smaller communities were the places where we're like, this feels
Oh,
like
yeah.
home type of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
old kind of quaint.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Cool.
Yeah. And
And
learned
you
some stuff.
also
What's that?
celebrated your birthday
Oh
while
yes,
you were
yeah.
there.
I celebrated my 50th birthday there, which I wanted to
Yes.
do. And like again, it was so cool to be somewhere different for
Yeah.
my birthday. And oh my gosh, if they sang happy birthday to me more than like, oh my God, everywhere I went, people were
Yeah.
singing happy birthday to me, even at this one restaurant. And it was days after. And I'm like, it was 2 days ago. Like,
Oh,
you know, but it
that's
was
awesome.
really cool. And like we got to see the
Oh,
traditional dancers. Like it was just amazing.
oh,
And like
that's magical.
it really
Yeah.
was. And just even the
Sounds like
pubs
it.
and just, things like that. So it was honestly, like I said to Dwayne too, like this trip was not only amazing for us, but at the same
Yeah.
time, it just, for some, I wouldn't say some reason, I would say more, it was just, I think is what we really needed too
Yeah,
for
of
us
course.
as a couple, because we enjoyed each other's company and we just had so much fun in, even just seeing his
Well,
eyes or my
of
eyes of like
course.
what we were seeing. And it
Just
was
the
just,
experience together
yeah,
for like that first experience together.
yes, yeah,
Yeah, is
yeah,
I love when Chris and I travel to new
yeah,
places together and we
yeah.
have that. And it's always been every time we do that, it's like
Mhm.
it's so special. It's
Right.
just like, oh
Yeah,
my God, that was the best trip,
it
because
was.
we're just so open and exploring. And it was
Yes,
just like the beauty in the first of like, let's try here and let's go there.
yes.
And like, oh
Hmm.
my gosh,
And I
so
can't even tell you all the
love
things that
it.
we did because we did so
No,
much.
that's awesome.
And it was the one of the best trips that Dwayne and I have ever taken. I mean, we've taken many trips,
Many trips. Yeah, of course. Yeah, for
many, but
sure.
this one was very special to our hearts and it was
Cool.
great. And we'd love to go back again.
Yeah.
We in a heartbeat.
So
But
then
yeah,
from there,
so
you
then
just went
from
back to
there we
Halifax?
came back to Halifax
Okay.
and spent a day and a half and then flew to Edmonton and spent
Oh, yeah,
Thanksgiving.
right. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I forgot you
literally
already
had
had that plan.
yeah, well,
Yes.
because we
Yeah.
thought that our grandson was going to be born when
Then.
we came back from our
Yeah.
trip. He came 3 weeks early. So we had already had that trip booked. So it was literally a day and a half that we stayed in Halifax, turned around, went to Edmonton, and got to spend a beautiful Thanksgiving. Honestly, even our daughters all came with our grandkids, and so we all got to be together as a family, and it was great. So we did end up getting some family photos together, and it was so great. But I will have to admit, we were definitely tired because we were so on different time zones. It was just like, oh my gosh. But then we turned around and flew back to Halifax, stayed in Halifax for a few days, and then went to Dwayne's parents again. And so we've been been in New Brunswick for the last couple months. However, we've come to PEI a couple times just to spend some time with his oldest brother, and that's currently where I'm at right now. So that's my background. But
Shelly's going to be like on different locations.
Yes, I will be. For a little while.
Pod for a while.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
that's
then,
awesome.
And then so right now we're going to be heading back to New Brunswick probably in the next couple of days, and then after that, February is Dwayne and I have booked a month Airbnb in the Dominican. So we're going to be in the Dominican for a month. Nice. And then we come back for a month here in the East Coast again. And then we're rented an Airbnb in Halifax for a month in April. And then after that, we hope to decide what we're going to do next. Either we start driving back towards Canada, like back to Alberta, or like through the States. We haven't decided surely like which way we want to go or how we're going to do that. But that's kind of the plan. Yeah.
That's fun.
That's what I've been up to.
Yeah. Busy. And hopefully you've caught up on sleep at this point.
Yes, I have. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not a best sleeper anyway. I do miss my grounding mat. So
I was just going to say.
So we did buy a grounding mat for our bed in New Brunswick, but it's a pain to take with us wherever we're going. But at least we have something there. So I do sleep a little bit better there. So
that's exciting. It's been awesome.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing your whole journey that you've taken across Canada and over to Europe and back, and where you are in the Maritimes. So now everyone will kind of have an idea of what your world is looking like for you. So
Oh,
that's
so that's
awesome.
where I'm at. Yeah,
cool. Lots of stories, lots of memories. I'm sure you took like a gazillion photos.
Let's say 3,000.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
just knowing you, I'm like, Shelly probably took like, you're probably just like
I had to
all the time.
I did, and I actually had to go through them the other day because I'm going to put them into like a book. I'm putting them into a like a photo book, and I deleted a whole bunch of stuff. I was like, why did I take a picture of that? Why
are we so funny when we travel? It's just like, oh my gosh. By the time I get home, I'm like, really? Like, you took a picture of this cup? Like, come on. Like, I know. And then some, it's random. It's like, why did I take that picture? What in this picture was I taking a picture of? Like,
exactly. I know. And so that's random. What I did. Yeah. So I had to go through a bunch. So I think I'm down to about 1,800 now. So
wow, you did clear a lot. Oh my God.
Yeah, I did. Because I was
hilarious.
Like, what? I'm like, why did we take pictures of that? Why did we like it was just silliness. But when you're in vacation mode, you just now I remember as a kid when they used to say,
oh, that's Shelly. And to be like, I don't even know why I took those pictures. Totally you. Such a no offense to any other air sign, but it's just very much Shelly thing. Just like
And then I'd go back and I'd be like, okay, so why did I take 10 photos of the same thing? Like, what? So then that's when I was like, hilarious. I'll just pick the right one and then delete the rest.
Yeah, you just look through them and favorite the one and then delete the rest. Yeah. It's like, why?
I know. So funny. I did a lot of that. And then like there was videos and it was like, okay, why did I take a video of that? That's just silliness. But obviously I needed to do it that day.
Oh my gosh. I love it. So I am very similar to that too. I wouldn't say that extreme, but I
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
have done that.
You just made me remember there was the other place that we really enjoyed in Ireland was the Blarney Castle. We got to kiss the Blarney Stone.
Oh,
I
nice.
forgot about that. And it was so cool. The castle was so cool. Like,
So like you literally kiss it?
yeah.
Like everybody kisses it, or do they
Yeah.
clean it after every time somebody
No,
like
no,
kisses it?
I don't know. But it was raining that day. So we were
Oh,
like,
that's
okay.
good. I've been
'Cause
like,
some people were telling us that some people like during the night, if they get in there,
whoa,
they do
yeah.
stuff to that
That's why I'm
stone.
like,
Yeah, I
is there
know.
somebody that just stands there and sanitizes and wipes it?
And I don't
Every
know. They
time?
could have been, but it was raining that day. So
Yeah,
like it was really good rain and
yeah.
it was
Got a
really
good
wet.
cleansing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
God,
So
I would be like,
I felt like that was the perfect time to do that because it was like,
I'm
I
super
don't
weird like that. I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I can get past not thinking about it
I know.
and
Yeah,
to like do it.
yeah, yeah.
That would
So
definitely help me, I think, that it
yeah,
was raining
yeah.
and that hard.
It was raining. It was raining. And we were the
Gosh.
first kind of like group to go first.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm okay with this. It's
Yeah.
fine.
I would have definitely had to feel into that one
Yeah,
to do it.
it was a feeling too, but I
If
was
anything,
like,
I would have just touched it.
and I was like, well, we're here, right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
and like, am I ever going to come back? Probably not. So I
Yeah.
was like, just
Do
doing it.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So I
cool.
forgot about that. But yeah, that was one of the other things that we loved about Ireland as well, was that it
Nice.
was so cool. Like not just the Blarney Stone, but the castle alone. It was just
Yeah.
how they built it.
Oh yeah. I'm sure it's
Just,
just incredible.
it was incredible. It was so
So
neat.
last question before
Yeah.
we end.
Yeah.
Being in Scotland and Ireland,
Yes.
also feeling this like pull and call to go to Ireland as long as you can remember.
Yeah.
When you were at both places, did you have any like past life recall or just like some sense or knowing or
Yeah.
vision or an experience like that? Because I've heard many other people have
Right. Yes.
experiences like that too, where they're just like, wow, like I saw myself here, like
Yes.
just, different things. So I was just
Yeah.
wondering,
Yeah.
since you've had that, did
Yeah,
any of that happen for you?
well, I would have to say, like, I could tell, like, when how to explain this, like, when I got to Scotland, it felt like what I said, like, it was so amazing at the same time, but it felt so like where I knew I was there before.
So it felt familiar,
Did.
just
It
not
felt
the
like
feeling of
home.
like brand new. Okay, cool.
No, it felt like
Nice.
home. And so I will have to mention when
Yeah.
we left, like we were going to leave Scotland, going over to Ireland, and then from Ireland to Halifax.
Yeah.
Every time we were leaving there, I was emotional. I was crying. Dwayne was like,
Oh, yeah.
"What is wrong with you?" And
I
was like,
experienced that after I
yeah,
left Sedona the first time. I was like in
yeah,
a fetal position, bawling in the car, driving back to Phoenix. And Chris was like,
yeah,
what is the matter? I was like, felt like I was dying. And I was like, my soul knows I'm not coming back for a while. Like I felt
yeah,
like I died inside,
yeah.
leaving like a
I
home. It
I
was
know. And
so
like when I
crazy.
was at the Dublin airport going back to Halifax, I was
Yeah.
so upset. And I was this close.
No.
I'm not gonna lie, that close to being, Dwayne, you just go ahead. I'm staying. Like I
I can't go back.
I was like, I don't want to go back. I did not want
No.
to go back. There was
Yeah.
just I
That's how I
couldn't.
felt coming back to Saskatoon. I was like, I don't want to. I just want to stay here.
Yeah.
So
So yes.
I go every year.
Right. I know. I
Yeah.
would love to go every year there, but
Yeah.
yeah, I
Aw.
felt that very strongly. I was so sad. I cried, and Dwayne was like, "Okay, like,
Yeah.
he was like, I
It's
don't know
like,
what to
oh
do
my
for you,
God.
but at the same time, it's like, will you stop? Like, what's the matter?"
It's like, you're broken. What happened?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah,
Aw.
I did. Yeah, it was so I can't even explain it. I
No,
can't.
it's so hard. I couldn't
Yeah.
explain it either, other than I felt like I felt like someone was forcing me to be teared
Mhm.
away from something that I felt so
Yeah.
so deeply connected to
Yeah.
on some other level that I
Yeah.
can't even explain to people until you have that kind of an experience where it's
That's
just
right.
like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I felt like and this is no offense to my father, but when I left Sedona and I was crying that hard, like I feel like I didn't even cry that hard. Like that's what it felt like
I
when
know.
dad died. It was just
Yeah.
like, holy cow. And like I was just crying harder.
Yeah.
And it was just like, because it literally felt like such a death leaving the place. I was
Yes.
just like, I don't want that to leave me.
Right.
I just need you to stay with me.
Yes. Yeah,
So,
totally.
so
Yeah.
hard.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a
Oh,
broken heart. Like it
yeah.
was just, ooh, yeah.
And I have to say, I'll just throw this in here too, is that so we had our trip planned to go to Italy
Right.
for last fall.
Yes.
And I had been wanting to go to Italy like forever.
Yeah.
And just I would have to say, as much as I've felt like I needed to go to Sedona,
Right.
same feeling.
Yeah.
Have to go to Sedona, need to go to Italy. Like, this is what I have to do.
Yeah.
So I've experienced Sedona many times, love it. So then, okay, going to go to Italy. So book this trip, blah, blah, blah. And so many things were coming up with my husband's work. And so it was just like, oh, his scheduling. So it was like, yes, we should go. No, we shouldn't go. Yes, we need to go. Okay, no, we
Right.
shouldn't go. And it was just like, oh my God. And I was like, okay, you know what? Obviously something isn't aligning. Work is
Right.
really important. We got to like, okay, we're just gonna, you know what? We can go anytime. So I
Yeah.
was just like, well, I'll just cancel and, get my refund for everything. And that's what I did. And then everyone was like, oh, I'm so sad for you. And I'm like, I'm okay. Like, I wasn't sad at all, which is weird for me because
Yeah.
normally I'm like, that's a place, like, to think that I couldn't go to Sedona anymore would be very sad for me.
Right.
So the fact that I desired, and it's been on my vision board for
Forever.
years. So
Yep.
it's like, so and everyone was like, what? I'm sad for you. And I'm like, oh, don't be like, weird. I felt so good. And then they're like, are you going to go like in the spring? And I was like, I don't know. Cause like I always go to Sedona in the spring. Like
Right.
that's where I love to go.
Yeah.
But I'd have to say now, as like moved through the end of last year and stepping into the new year here, I have zero desire to go to Italy anymore. Like, I just don't even know if I even want to
Wow.
go. It's even my mind is going like, are you okay? Like,
Are you sure?
what? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't know what changed. I don't know what timeline I switched off of from last year to this year.
Yeah.
But it's like, I was telling a client the other day, I was like, I feel like that was just, there was like that old part of me.
Oh, okay.
And it's gone. That
See,
was part of my
for
9.
me, for me, what I'm getting out of this
Mhm.
is that I really think that you were supposed to go at the
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
and that you were supposed to go at that time because it was in that timeline, but you didn't
Of course.
go.
But I
And
didn't.
so,
I
yeah. So
changed the
now,
timeline.
yeah.
And it's almost like, I feel like even though I switched that timeline, I
Yeah.
feel like that feeling I have now is like, I feel like I've been there, done that.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now I'm just like, now where else do I want to go? Like, I
Yeah.
feel like I did that already, and I came back and it's done. And that was like old,
Mhm.
but I didn't.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
See, that's kind of how I feel about the States
But-
right now. I'm just kind of like,
Yeah, I know. And
it's
even for
weird
us,
because I love going to the States.
oh yeah. And for Christmas for the kids, I just said, you know what, like kids didn't really need anything. We don't
Right.
need anything. It's just like this last Christmas was super weird. And I think for everybody collectively
Yeah.
to say,
Yeah.
I was just like, you know what, we'll just go on Isabella's break that she has from
Mhm.
school at the end of March. And we'll
Yeah.
just, we'll go to Arizona because the kids have been wanting to go back since we all
Right.
went together in
Yeah.
23.
3. Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you know what? Let's just do that. Like I have all my credits from Italy. So
Right.
like, I'll just put that towards us going to Arizona. But now I have no desire to go to Arizona.
Mm.
I'm like, what? It's happening to me. So yeah. So I don't know where we're going to go. We're kind of contemplating maybe going to Savannah or,
Okay.
like South Carolina. I don't know where we're going, but
Yeah.
it's kind of just up in the air, which is
No kidding.
also weird because I'm such a planner, but I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know. So I'm kind of in this like weird transition phase of like, let's just see where it goes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just
Maybe
gonna see.
you're not meant to travel anywhere right now. I don't know.
No idea. I know
Yeah.
27 is going to be a wild year. So I feel
Mm.
like if I'm going to do any traveling, I should probably do it this year.
This year.
But I just don't know what that looks like or feels like or what.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of
Yeah.
just not, I don't know. I'm kind of just letting it just happen.
Mm-hmm.
We'll
Mm-hmm.
just see
That's
what
right.
takes us. So
Exactly. Yeah,
anyway,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, cool.
so strange things. But
Yes, definitely.
anyway, well, thank you so much
Yeah.
for sharing your story and your
Thank
journey with
you.
us and catching us up.
Yeah.
And we will, yeah, we'll close. So
Yeah.
we thank everybody for maybe coming back and listening to us.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you're new
Sorry
to
if we
us,
talk too
welcome.
long or too
Yeah.
much, but you know, it's us.
It's us. I think if you're new, you'll probably learn that about us. But
Yeah.
we do have some awesome stuff coming up in
Yeah.
the next couple episodes as well. We just kind of I needed to catch up with Shelly, and I thought,
Yes.
why not just let her catch up with everybody? Because
Everybody.
I'm sure
Yeah.
other people are wondering, as you've kind of followed us on the journey anyway.
Yeah.
So
And then we plan to so like because we caught up with me today,
Yeah.
we're gonna catch up with Bev next time.
Yeah,
So
we
because
will.
we need to find out from her too, because I haven't got caught up either.
Shelly has not either.
So we are gonna do that too. So stay tuned. We will do another catch up, and
part 2.
yeah, we are looking forward to that. So yes, like Bev said, thank you so much for really listening to us and coming back to us and supporting us. And we are super grateful. And we just, thank you so much. And we're just sending you so much love and light and gratitude for wherever this may find you.
Yeah, you bet. And Happy New Year to all of you, everybody.
Happy New Year. Take care, everyone.
Take care, everyone. See ya.
Bye.